Well, we've got the extra clouds for our Monday. High temperatures cold, only up around 40, maybe low 40s if we're lucky, and may even feature a treat for Lake Norman area snow lovers. Not expecting accumulating snow, but a couple of flakes flying around, maybe even a snow shower from the morning through midday, and then we transition into all rain showers by the afternoon and evening. Drying it out down around freezing tonight. Sunshine is back with mid-40s for our Tuesday. And that's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Johnson's Parts and Supply, your Auto Value Auto Parts store, carries Wagner brakes as well as Gates belts and hoses. They also make their own hydraulic hoses. Johnson's Auto Parts, your Auto Value Auto Parts store, 1112 Shelton Avenue, Statesville.
Whatever the story,
we have to end our dependence on China.
Have your say.
This debt crisis is going to set our economy back big time.
This is WSIC News Talk Now.
Any views expressed in this program do not necessarily represent those of WSIC.
All systems are a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats. Taking care of Iredell with North Carolina State Representative Jeff McNeely is about to begin. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, Iredell County. Hey, man, it's great to be back on the air. I feel like I've been gone forever, Joe. My goodness. How do you do this? You talk into this little thing here and they hear you?
That microphone right in front of you?
That's how you do it.
You just talk into it.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, it's been so long, I forgot how almost. It's like riding a bike. Maybe I'll get back up on it here in a second. But, hey, anyway, I know it sounds weird to say happy, but happy Martin Luther King Day. We take this day to remember him and memorialize Martin Luther King, work he did. The time is always right to do the right thing. That's one of the quotes from him of many he had. So I hope you take this time today to reflect on his work and just know, color, it's only skin deep, folks. We're all brothers and sisters in Christ, I pray. If not, I hope you come to know him. And I hope if you say that, you mean it and you live it. Jesus in your heart. Love thy fellow man and woman. So let's go out and let's at least try to achieve some kind of respect and love for each other. And just know that we're all in this crazy world together. And without Jesus, we got nothing. So anyway, I want to bring a few things up. Last night on Miss America pageant, kind of hard to watch. You had to go online. I know things are crazy in this world nowadays, but Taylor Lloyd, Miss Statesville, Miss North Carolina from Mooresville, did make the top 11. Y'all, she should have made top 5. The girl won the talent competition. She did an amazing job, looked beautiful. Everything was perfect. I don't know. It's just what it is. But she did make top 11, which for Miss North Carolina is great. But to me, she is Miss America. I don't care what they say and who got the sash. Taylor Lloyd, we sure are proud of you, and we appreciate your hard work and your great representation of not only our county, our cities, our state, but just how you presented yourself to the whole world. And don't hang your head, dear Lord, dear girl. Keep your head high. You got a lot to be proud of. You did a magnificent job. Hey, a little bit of information so everybody knows it. And if anybody wants to call in, 704-873-1400. I know you ain't heard from me in a while. I hope all my listeners ain't quit. Farm Bureau's having some forums coming up. The 10th Congressional District race at the Civic Center on February the 1st at 7 p.m., and then on February the 12th at 6:30 at the Cooperative Extension, and I'll put these out again, we will have the 84th House Forum, where yours truly serves and somebody's running against me, and then the Iredell County Commissioners. There's 6 of them. Well, it looks like somebody does want to talk. All right, let's see who we got here, Joe. Hey, this is Representative Jeff McNeely. Who we got?
You got John here.
Hey, John, how are you, sir?
We're doing good. Thanks for everything you do for us.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all for putting me in here and let me do for you.
I got a question. Has anybody got any bills going or even thinking about putting a road usage tax on these electric vehicles. I've seen more and more of them running around, and I buy gas.
Well, guess what?
And I pay for the road usage.
That's right. I get you, bro.
So,
actually, in the budget this past time, when they go to renew their license, they will pay a fee that you will not. And I think it ended up being like $182, which is kind of the average gas tax for North Carolinians that they pay. So the electric vehicle people will start to have to pay road use tax just like the rest of us. They're not happy about it. That was one of the big selling points. Hey, you don't have to pay the gas tax. Well, unfortunately, nobody rides for free. So, yes, starting January the 1st, when they go to renew, they will have to pay.
all right, very good. I appreciate that work.
And that's one of the, me on the transportation committee, one of the chairs, all of us on the House and the Senate side both got together. We're trying to figure out ways to raise money without just coming out and taxing everybody to death to pay for these roads, because with inflation, road materials have actually gone up way more than normal inflation. They're 25 to 50% more. Gravel, concrete, all these things that you got to have to do the roads are all ridiculously more expensive. So we're trying to figure out different ways to keep that revenue stream up so we can get our roads done. They're not in the best of shape, but we're starting to turn the corner. We finally got our funding back up. They about bankrupt DOT back in 19, and it's taken a while for us to build it back up through the pandemic. But we're getting close to turning the corner where we can start doing some better jobs.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that because, I see them running around here, and they're mostly Teslas, but I'm not for electric vehicles, but, I figure they ought to pay their share to ride on the road.
Well, I agree. Here's another thing. They make a choice. All of us make choices. There's consequences, good and bad, with your choices. They should have to share the same as the rest of us. They're riding on the roads. They're using them. Actually, those vehicles are heavier, so they may actually do a little more damage than the regular cars do because of the weight of the battery. So it's a good thing.
All right. I appreciate it.
Thank you, John. Very good. Thank you, sir. Anyway, hey, real quick, got about 3 minutes till we go to our break here. A couple little things I want to bring out. Unfortunately, in politics and race, we get into this thing where we just can't run on our own merits. We got to try to drag the other person down a little bit. And let me get to my spot here. So there's some disinformation being put out. That's a nice, very polite way of saying some lies are being told. It's being said that I voted for casinos. Well, folks, I never voted for casinos. There was never a casino bill. There was much talk in the North Carolina Senate about it, but no bill ever materialized to come to the House. Also, they're trying to say that from an article where me and about 30 other representatives, we walked out one day, and the whole discussion about the budget and all these other things, basically the minority, about 30 of them, said that if even a casino bill come across by itself, that happened, they would not vote for the budget. So they basically about spiked the budget. Republicans doing other Republicans wrong, in my opinion, because it was a great budget. And here's the quote that I actually said in an article, and you tell me where you see the word casino at. This is all about procedure, where the minority actually rules over the majority in the way we were going about this, because this had nothing to do with this. This was procedural. They said they basically held everybody hostage on the budget. And it says what they're saying. We've all got wants and needs in our counties, our districts, McNeely told Axios Wednesday. The way we're going about this and the actions we're taking, we're putting all those needs in jeopardy. $82 million is what I had worked hard to get into the budget for Iredell County and all the different municipalities. The next quote in this line is, to me, it's a small group controlling the larger group, McNeely said, and that's not the way our politics work in America. So, if you can tell me where you see something about casino there, I don't know, but they're twisting and turning that too. So, once again, they're just trying to figure out some way to drag me down. And folks, I hope you know I've worked really hard. I try to be a good Christian person down there just like I am at home. It didn't change. I am who I am. So I hope you vote for me, and know that if you got any questions, you give me a call. You can call me on the radio show. You see me in public. You see me wherever you want to. Call me. I'll tell you what's going on. So until then, don't believe all you hear, folks. Please Stay tuned. Coming back for the next part of the show.
Keep it right here. Taking Care of Iredell with NC Representative Jeff McNeely will return after this short break on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, we've got the extra clouds for our Monday. High temperatures cold, only up around 40, maybe low 40s if we're lucky, and may even feature a treat for Lake Norman area snow lovers. Not expecting accumulating snow, but a couple of flakes flying around, maybe even a snow shower from the morning through midday, and then we transition into all rain showers by the afternoon and evening. Drying it out down around freezing tonight. Sunshine is back with mid-40s for our Tuesday. And that's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Having performed all over the world, written hit songs, and mentored artists, Rocky Lynn is making another stop here at home, playing at Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday. Listen each weekday morning for your chance to win tickets and meet and greet passes. And come hang out with us prior to the show. WSIC will be in front of Kane Center for the Arts from 6 to 7 p.m. Rocky Lynn this Saturday, kanearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Mooresville Parks and Recreation presents the Hitmen of Country, playing at the Charles.
Hey, this is Representative McNeely. We're in the break right now. Who we got?
This is Deborah, Jeff.
Hey, Deborah, I ain't heard from you in a bazillion years. Just hold tight and we'll bring you on. I got another one that's ringing too, so we can't talk too long, but I do want to hear from you in the new year.
Okay, great.
All right, just hold tight.
Okay.
Birkdale on Ice is still going on through January 28th. Time to lace up your skates and hit the ice. To make sure you can skate when you want, we recommend you making a reservation. For skate session info, including times and pricing, visit birkdalevillage.com. Want to attend the Greater Charlotte Home and Landscape Show? How about the Charlotte Home and Remodeling Show? Throughout the day, you have your chance to win tickets. Listen each day to Good Morning LKN, the Home Ad Show, the News Drive at 5, and the Scoreboard. Each show gives you your chance to win. The Greater Charlotte Home and Garden Show, February 23rd through the 25th. The Charlotte Home and Remodeling Show, January 26th through the 28th. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
Hey, this is Jeff McNeely, owner of G&M Milling Company in beautiful downtown Lowray. We at G&M hope you come by and see us for all your livestock needs. We stock feeds for all kinds of animals and hay too. We also have seed for a wide variety of forages for your animals. So come on by 4000 Taylorsville Highway, Statesville, or call us at 704-873-5758. We're worth the drive. Thank you again for supporting small family-owned businesses. God bless.
It's Taking Care of Iredell with NC Representative Jeff McNeely on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
All right, we're back here with kind of what I call the middle part of the show as we get ready to go to our guest, Scotty Brown, that's going to call in here in a little bit. Bear with me. Throat's still a little funky. Been carrying this junk for about a month now, it seems like. Had antibiotics, shot in the rear end, still don't seem to be working. So we do have a caller on the line. Let's see who we got here. Hey, this is Representative Jeff McNeely. Who do we got?
Deborah.
Hey, Deborah, how are you, ma'am? Hadn't heard from you in I don't know when. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, and God bless. I've been praying for you.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
The last time I heard you on the radio, you could hardly speak.
It's a little better. It's not great, but hey, you know what? There ain't no rest for the weary. We got to keep on going.
You got that right. Yes, sir. The reason I'm calling, what a perfect day to call in, Martin Luther King.
Amen.
You know, I wanted to celebrate his life. And, you know, as I told you before, I pray today somehow this message just spreads like really go with it. God colored the world. And Martin Luther King, I admired that man. And to know that God colored the world And the only thing that separates us all is our choices, right or wrong. And therefore, Martin Luther King, you know, I watch Good Times a lot and Fred Sanford, you know, and I was thanking God this morning for that man. And I got to thinking back about Uncle Ben, how hard he worked to get his picture on that box. And then, too, I thought about Aunt Jemima's pancakes. How hard she worked to get her picture on that box. You know, everybody's got a calling. I don't care who they are. But I admire people. In every way, I admire them. And the choices that we make in life will set the course that we go down on.
That's right. That's right.
And Washington, D.C., I was talking to God, like I said this morning, and I believe they've got that word just wrong. For I picked cotton back in the day and tobacco fields and chicken houses and different things, as I told you before. But that word slavery, I hate that word. Literally, I call it work. That I feel like that they should have called it work. We help one another as we can do. And God meant for us to do just that. But I know people have been raised to believe that somebody's brought them down, somebody's done them wrong, not people of today's age. If any racism exists, I believe it comes out of Washington, D.C. establishment. They got to stop it because now there's wars everywhere. The latest, I don't know who these people are, but I'm praying for the world to change. We're in a mess, and what's anybody doing to help anybody out?
Well, you know, like I said, right now, I hope everybody feels like they have a chance to succeed in America. If not, we need to figure out why they don't and if it's true or not. But America is the only place on the face of the earth that gives you the freedoms and the choices to make to where it's up to you. If you're willing to succeed and work hard, you can still. And that's what makes this country so great. Hey, I got to take another call, Deborah, but it's so good to talk to you. Call back. All right.
Hey, Jeff, one more moment. Give me a call when you get off the line, please.
Yep.
You got my number?
I do. I'll give you a holler.
Okay, I'll talk to you then. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome. All right, see you now. Bye. Got another here. Hey, this is Representative Jeff McNeely. Who we got?
This is Mr. Howe, bro.
Hey there, Mr. Howe. How you doing, sir?
You got it, man. What I want to know when wait a minute, just give me a minute to pull myself together. I'm done.
All right.
That because I know you got your caller, your guest coming up.
Yeah.
That I'm just thinking with you a little bit. Who is the author? Who is the person behind that entry music before and after? You know, on your music, the rock and roll. Who's that?
Well,
was that what's his name? The announcer there, or is it you?
It's really that was kind of brought in. The original music we had was a group from the 70s, and I always liked their song "Taking Care of Business." But they actually informed us about a year and a half ago that we couldn't play their music. So now we've had to come up with something a little different. So it just is what it is. I thought about going to country, but you know, I tend to be a little up and moving on this show, so we want to keep it a little lively. Right. So, you know, we'll do the best we can. Right. But hey, we'll take requests. If you got something you'd like to hear for the intro music, let us know.
No, I'm not. I didn't have a complaint, but I just say to everybody that comes to WIC, SIC, and you about at that age, and not Joe. But you know that they like that rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's okay. You know, if that's what you like, I start laughing. I said, let me call in and ask them who's behind that music.
Yeah, they kind of brought that to me, and I said,
whatever.
I said, whatever. Just as long as it gets me out of trouble, we'll keep playing it. So that's what we're doing.
It's okay. Thank you, brother.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, Christian, brother. Thank you.
You be good. Take care. All right. Hey, getting into something real quick. It's kind of crazy. This is crazy news day, maybe. That's what I'm doing here. And hey, by the way, we got the Iowa caucus. I think it's coming up tomorrow, and Lord knows it's going to be crazy too. So we'll see how that goes. But who knows? It's going to kind of really tell us where maybe people are at. Iowans seem to be fairly well informed. We'll see. So a Chinese company bought a Jewish school campus in Greensboro. And then the Biden administration paid them through a veteran-owned group company about $178 million 5-year contract to house unaccompanied immigrant minors who come into the U.S. illegally. I'm just going to let y'all think on all that. That was pretty long, but I hope you understood the gist of it. Now we have the Chinese that are getting paid by our federal government to look after illegal immigrants. This is almost comical, or if it wasn't crazy. The company's based out in New York. Shock, blue state. But they do have an office in Rayford, North Carolina. They call themselves Deployed Services. I don't know. This sounds a little crazy to me. How a Chinese company finds out about a campus in Greensboro that went bankrupt, that was for Jewish high schoolers, and next thing you know, they're making money off our federal government through the illegal immigrants. Only in America, folks. Only in America. All right, let you know, North Carolina distinguishedly ranked number 3 in U-Haul destinations in the U.S. last year. So there you go. Texas was number 1. Florida was number 2. We were 3. South Carolina 4. Tennessee 5. Do y'all see a pattern here? Most of these states seem to be red, and that's where everybody's fleeing to. You know what? I'm starting to think that Americans really do love freedom and less taxes. I think that's what a lot of these states have in common. They're all coming to. I hope they stay that way. Looks like we got another caller. Maybe I struck a nerve. Hey, this is Representative Jeff McNeely. Who we got?
Happy New Year, Jeff. William here.
Hey, William. How are you, sir?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Could I interest you in a school campus? I got a deal on one. No, I'm just teasing.
Yeah. I'll take my grandchildren, send my grandchildren to them. We'll get them studied up.
Yeah.
Listen, last year Title 42 expired, and it seemed like when that happened, it just flooded the gates open for all these migrants, immigrants, whatever you want to call them, it gave them an excuse to go across the line even more.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that the administration could put something like that back in play?
You know, it could have happened. Biden and them could have held it. Could have went ahead and kept that in place, but instead they went to court to get it thrown out. You know, that even earlier than it was supposed to expire. So they want this. Right. They want this, and I don't know why they want. I talked about this a couple shows ago, and it's called the replacement theory, William. And I truly believe this is what they believe, that they've gone so far left. They know they're going to lose some people from their party. They know they are. They're going to go unaffiliated. Who knows where they're going to go, but they're not. And I know this. I know a lot of older Southern Democrats that have left the party just in the last year or two. They said, I can't take this craziness. So they've left. So you know what? To keep their numbers up, they got to put somebody else in place of them. So what do? You give somebody the gift of a lifetime, U.S. citizenship, or the ability to enter our country and get the joys of the fruits and labors of all in the greatest country of the world, and you pretty much let them do it for free with no recourse, no nothing. And here they are. They coming in droves, and they know this won't last long, so that's why they're coming so hard. They're saying, surely to God, they're going to close those borders. This is crazy, so we better get on over there now. And here they come, and they're determined they're going to get them here. And some way or another, they're going to push amnesty on them to allow them to become citizens after entering illegal, which is not how you reward somebody.
Well, they were coming across the border even when that rule was stated, but it wasn't as bad.
We could send them
back. When it expired, it obviously got worse.
Yeah, we could send them back.
You just answered my question in a way. What it's going to take us going to the booth in November and checking somebody's name, and preferably it's going to be somebody that's going to be wanting to put that rule back into play.
Yeah, I mean, the old saying, if you want to keep chaos, then you know which side you need to vote on. If you want to remove chaos, you know which side you need to vote on. It's real simple. Vote red if you want to try to remove chaos. I ain't saying they're perfect.
Well, I hate to keep harping about the border, Jeff. It seems like every time I call you, that's all I want to talk about.
It's critical.
But that's for me, it's the most important thing. I'm telling you right now, if we can stop that border mess that's going on down there, everything else will fall into place.
That's right.
But right now, we've got so much problems. People do not realize the problems that we're having and are gonna have with keeping those borders open down there.
Yeah,
we just don't realize.
Yeah, we got to go to break. You're on the money, William. Don't just keep pushing it. That's what we all need to do. All right, we're taking a break, folks. We'll be back here shortly. Got my guests coming.
More Taking Care of with North Carolina Representative Jeff McNeely is coming up on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, we've got the extra clouds for our Monday. High temperatures cold, only up around 40, maybe low 40s if we're lucky, and may even feature a treat for Lake Norman area snow lovers. Not expecting accumulating snow, but a couple of flakes flying around, maybe even a snow shower from the morning through midday, and then we transition into all rain showers by the afternoon and evening. Drying it out down around freezing tonight. Sunshine is back with mid-40s for our Tuesday. And that's your forecast from the WSIC.
Hey, is that you, Scotty?
Hey, Jeff.
Sorry, is that you, William? Let me go. I got to catch my guest here.
No, I'm just a caller. Jeff.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We got just a little bit. Hey, how are you? Sorry about that.
Well, yeah, this government shutdown thing. I did a little research. You know, all those people when they got shut down, it was only about 8% of the government. It was so small.
Oh yeah.
And they, they're for it because they still got their checks.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You need to write a bill that says when we shut the government down, you don't get your money. You're out the check. I mean, that's just this. Why do we do this thing, Jeff? That every 6 months we gotta have another budget.
They're trying to leverage the crap out of us. I mean, I'm just saying this is what we did something in Raleigh. That was one of the best things we ever did, and that was we did a continuation, and so. Is Scotty on there? Okay, I can't talk long. My guest is on there, but we did a continuation budget where if we can't get a budget, all the employees still get paid. No pork. All the pork's gone. No, none of this is money for this and money for that. You cut the pork out, you'll fix the problem. Hey, I got to run and get on, but I appreciate you calling me. See, that Scotty?
Just let him know we'll be back in about 20 seconds.
Okay. Oop, he ain't there.
He called into the right number.
They coming.
Here he is.
All right. Hey, you there, Scotty?
Yes, sir.
All right, just hold tight about 20 seconds. Okay, doke.
No problem.
All right, man. See you. Earning my money.
Speak with NC Representative Jeff McNeely at 844 Studio 4. It's Taking Care of Iredell on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
All right. I like saying it that way. It sounds good, doesn't it? Anyway, with this cold or whatever, I can get that deep talk to it. But hey, we got Commissioner Scotty Brown on the line, and he's running for re-election. We're going to interview all the commissioner candidates over the next couple of weeks, so just be patient till you wait to hear from all of them, and maybe you'll figure out who you like and who you think needs to be in there. It's a very, very important job. They're the first ones, in my opinion, in your pocketbook. Believe me, they got property tax, their sales tax deals, so they're there. So let's see if we can bring our guest on and see what he's got on his mind. All right. Hey, Scotty Brown, are you there, sir?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm trying to get ready for this cold weather's coming in here. And you got the animals, it's any farmer will tell you, there's no time to rest right now. It's time to double down.
Yeah, the bad thing is you're probably not having big attendance right now at the zoo because of the cold weather, but you know what? The show must go on, doesn't it? You got to keep them up so you get ready. So I know it ain't easy. Hey, real quickly, we hope people know who you are. It's like I told somebody the other day, if you don't know me by now, I've wasted a bunch of money. But anyway, tell us a little bit about who Scotty Brown is before we get into asking some questions.
Well, I'm proud to say that I'm born and raised in Iredell County. It is my home. I haven't always lived here. I moved around a little bit, doing the animal thing. I've done the animal thing my whole life. I went to school for several different things. People tell me I need to write a book because of all the places I've been, all the things I've done. But my biggest thing is Iredell County. I love it. I'm a businessman. I went from I left home when I was 12 years old and didn't have a dime. And today, I'm done pretty well. I own 2 zoos, 1,500 animals, 50-some employees, and I think I know how to make money. I know how to save money. So that's pretty much who I am.
I was going to say, living out the American dream, because you had the opportunity to do it, and you took the advantage of it, and you grabbed the ring. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
And, you said that exactly, because I see people all the time tell me, they didn't have a chance in life. Listen, I was 12 years old, and I didn't have a dime, and I moved with some people that took me in a farm, and I milked their cows for them and pretty much fed their chickens, but I'm kidding on that. But we had a big dairy farm. I worked on there, put myself through school. I was offered because, Iredell County, the Iredell County school system knew my situation. They told me when I went into 9th grade, if you'll make straight A's, we'll let you go 9th, 10th, 12th. That was in 1979, and I did make straight A's, and I think I was the last one to ever graduate in 3 years. They deleted that program. But, anybody can do anything. All you got to do is put your mind to it. And like I said, I haven't had a dime given to me, and I have had the American dream. I do, anything I want to do now. And I do work 7 days a week, 16 hours a day, but I love what I do.
You told me you was just working half days, 12 hours.
Yeah, but that is half a day. See, there's 24 hours in a day. That's what people don't understand. But and I believe the same thing as a commissioner. If somebody called me, I was on vacation last week, and every year after Christmas light show, we go on vacation, and we took a week off and went down to Costa Rica where it was 85 degrees. But called me, said, man, I forgot you was on vacation. I said, listen, I'm a commissioner first, and far as work, 24 hours, 7 days a week. And if there's somebody wants to talk to me about something, I was there. I talked to them, made a call, called them back. They called me back. We got the problem solved. And, of course, they thanked me, and they said, well, hate to do it on your vacation. No. If I didn't want to be called, I wouldn't answer my phone.
That's right. Well, you and I both know when you take these jobs, when you become elected officials, there's no days off, and the phone's got to be answered. You can't ignore it. So
I know.
Well,
it's like calling you.
You
always answer my phone call.
Well, that's right. That's right, because that's what this job entails. Why are you running for re-election, Scotty? What is it? You know the craziness of this. Why are you doing it?
Well, listen, I said I was a hard worker, but I didn't say I was smart. So,
I know what you mean, sir. I know what you mean.
Any of us that do this, it's like being a school teacher. School teachers don't teach school for the money. They teach it because it's a calling. I don't do this for the money or for the recognition. I do it because if I could find somebody I fully trusted to take my spot, that's what I would do. I'd let them have my spot. But at this point in time, I know where I stand. I know where I stand as far as money, as far as conservative and all that. It's very important that we have somebody to do it. And I always tell people a story. My mom always asks me, she's 85 years old. She says, why do you do this? And I said, well, if you'll do it, I won't. And she'll say, well, I'm not doing it. I said, that's exactly right. So I've got to make sure that our county, because I love Iredell County, that it's taken care of. Now, am I perfect? No, I make mistakes all the time. Going to continue to make mistakes. If you want a perfect person, you better start praying, because there ain't but one perfect person ever walked on this earth, and
right.
I'm not there.
That's right.
So,
do the best. Doing the best you can. Doing the best you can. Well, now this. I'm gonna ask all these questions of all the candidates that are running. So don't think I'm picking on you or whatever. But this one's a little toughy. I ain't gonna lie to it, but I think the people need to hear because I think it's important. There's a lot of talk about the budget increase this past year. Was it the right thing to do? And would you have done anything different? So elaborate a little bit on the insight on the budget.
Well, we always hate to increase the budget, but it's kind of like, I tell people, until I became a commissioner, I didn't understand certain things. Now, I know at Zootastic, my budget increases every year, and, I never looked at it much until I started thinking about it. It has to increase because, we went from 10 employees to 50 employees. So that makes your budget higher. So as Iredell County grows, we're over 200,000 people now, and I didn't see that coming. And then we heard it on the radio that we're the number one growing county in the United States. Most people want to go there, and I keep telling people, y'all can come here, but don't tell your family and friends back home. Leave that off, because we need to catch up. Now, our county, the people in our county that run the county, I mean, we guys make decisions, but we don't run the county. And those guys, when they bring a budget to us, they're pretty sharp. I mean, they've sharpened their pencils. They know what's going on. And what the public doesn't understand, and I wish more would come to our meetings and ask questions. The third Tuesday of the month, they're welcome to come, and we give them 3 minutes to voice their opinion. Love to hear that, really do. I always make sure I go out in the audience and talk to the people and let them know where I stand. But it's not a rebuttal thing. It's we listen to you, and then we make ourselves available. But raising the budget is a tough thing because people don't want to see it. But they got to understand that we're not just figuring this for 1 year. And when you look at that budget, say, oh my gosh, what's it going to be next year? No, we're in pretty good shape. And I did actually make a motion that we would not raise taxes, period, for the next 4 years because we have based this on a 5-year project. And we have the high school coming up. Everybody knows about the high school. Lord, it's the biggest talk in town.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the first $200 million high school in the United States.
Hope not. But go ahead.
No. We're as a commissioner, we're not going to go that route. I mean, I'm sorry. Kids are important, but we've got to do the right thing for the taxpayers too. So that's a big thing. But we budgeted. We went ahead so we wouldn't get caught with the paying big interest, and that's taxpayers' money. So we don't want – and interest is it's a waste of money. So we went ahead and budgeted $10 million a year to build the next elementary school. And then, in 4 years, we'll have $40 million. So that'll – and that's not just – it's not just this past year. That's for ongoing right now till we get this school built. And then we'll have a elementary school. I think it might be middle first and then elementary second, but vice versa. But we'll do that, and we'll have the money. We won't have to borrow money. We won't have to do a bond. So we won't have to raise things. And then as soon as we get these schools built, we've got to have a health department. I don't know if people of Iredell County, and I don't want to say they don't care because they do care, but they don't pay attention to the fact that the new highway is going right against the building up there in Statesville on Turnersburg Highway. We've always figured building a new health department over next to the old mall where our DSS building is. And so that's our next thing. And then, we've asked the sheriff to keep us safe. That we're stacking people on top people. If you go to sheriff's office, that building was built for half as many people as we have.
Right.
And so we have promised him we will get him a new sheriff's office. Is it in the budget yet? No, it's not. But see, as soon as we get through these schools, and we're building that park up there, and I'm not a sports person, so I know nothing about sports. But I have talked to a lot of people that's important, and I've seen economic development saying, these companies, when they come here to Iredell County, they want to know what do we have to offer. And sometimes the public thinks, well, why in the world would you spend that much on a park? Well, to get these big companies to bring millions and millions and millions of dollars, they want us to have that park. And it's important to bring commercial industry in instead of houses.
Correct.
Everybody deserves to own their own home, but we've got to keep it to where, we don't have to build a school every year. And that's where we've been with coming from the south up to the north. It's been houses. But I'm a full believer that we might not look as good today, but in 4 years everybody's going to say, "Oh man, y'all made the right decision." We've got all this stuff. We didn't have to borrow money because it is budgeted. And we get through with that park, that $17 million we put into it and on budget this year. Next year we can take that $17 million and put it over into the new health department, get that health department going, get it built, and then we're going with the sheriff's office. And then as soon as we get through the sheriff's office, our courthouse, and nobody likes to go to the courthouse. I mean, normally you don't have to go there unless there's a problem. But our courthouse is overrun. I mean, I think we're 30,000 cases behind. We can't even bring in any more judges because we have no room for them. So that's another big project we got to do.
Well, it never ends. There's always something on the horizon. I mean, and buildings, unfortunately, we try to build them. They have a lifespan. We hope they have a lifespan 40, 50 years. Sometimes they do. Sometimes we just don't build them big enough because of the amount of money we had then, and realize we got to almost double them and do an expansion. So it's a constant battle, and it's a constant juggle of money. The budget in the county is not so much unlike a lot of household budgets. It's just the zeros are a lot more. But it works the same way that, you've got to be able to be smart and budget and not put yourself in such deep debt you can't get out. So it's hard. It's really hard. And there's a lot of people don't see it, and there's a lot of people mad. My taxes went way up. Okay. Well, hopefully you're going to see some kind of return on investment that you put in the taxes with building these schools, building the health departments, building the things you got to do. So it's really critical. We're going to take a break here in about 30 seconds. So would you do anything different? And tell that in about 25 seconds.
No, not at this point in time. I think we've done a great job on a 5-year program. I think we need to hold tight to what we're doing right now. We have a good thing right here. We got a good group of commissioners, and we need to stick with it.
All right, we got to pay some bills, folks, so we're going to take a break here. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Commissioner Scotty Brown. Good stuff, folks. Good stuff.
We'll be back with more of.
All right, hey, you still with me?
Yes, sir.
All right, hold tight. All right, our next question is, what is Iredell County's next big thing? And you've kind of hit on that. Probably the health department, if not the high school. And
right.
And then, how are you going to do it? So this gives you a chance maybe to reiterate, well, hey, we're hoping we can do it without borrowing any money. That's our plan. We got enough school debt. We don't need to make more school debt. So, all right.
Exactly.
And then the last one's going to be, if elected, what's the personal project? What's something that's near and dear to Scotty Brown that you want to see get done or fixed in your next 4-year go? Okay. All right. Hold tight with me. Will you about give me maybe less than a minute? We'll be right on you. All right. So hold tight.
Okay.
World, written hit songs and mentored artists, Rocky Lynn is making another stop here at home, playing at Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday. Listen each weekday morning for your chance to win tickets and meet and greet passes. And come hang out with us prior to the show. WSIC will be in front of Kane Center for the Arts from 6 to 7 p.m. Rocky Lynn this Saturday, kanearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Mooresville Parks and Recreation presents the Hitmen of Country, playing at the Charles Mack Citizen Center Friday, January 19th. Love country music? The Hitmen of Country have toured and recorded with some of the country's greatest artists, like Keith Urban, Trace Adkins, Travis Tritt, and Jason Aldean. For more information, go to visitmooresville.com. That's visitmooresville.com. Birkdale on Ice is still going on through January 28th. Time to lace up your skates and hit the ice. To make sure you can skate when you want, we recommend you making a reservation. For skate session info, including times and pricing, visit birkdalevillage.com. Want to attend the Greater Charlotte Home and Landscape Show? How about the Charlotte Home and Remodeling Show? Throughout the day, you have your chance to win tickets. Listen each day to Good Morning LKN, the Home Ad Show, the News Drive at 5, and the Scoreboard. Each show gives you your chance to win. The Greater Charlotte Home and Garden Show, February 23rd through the 25th. The Charlotte Home and Remodeling Show, January 26th through the 28th. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
Taking Care of Iredell continues. Here's your host, NC Representative Jeff McNeely on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
All right. Back here with the last part of the show. I kind of like the intro music. A lot of bass, a little dump-da-dump-da-dump. I don't know. But all right, let's see what we got here. We got Commissioner Scotty Brown on the line. Scotty, you still with us from the break?
Yes, sir.
Yep, sorry about that. We got to pay bills around here. They keep telling me that. And my pretty face doesn't do it, so we got to advertise. I was afraid I'd be that way.
I agree with that one.
There you go. All right. Well, what's up next is a question that everybody wants to know. What is Iredell County's next big thing? And we kind of talked about it, I guess, already. But maybe elaborate, because how are you going to do it? Whatever the next big thing is, how are we going to pay for it? How are we going to build it? Where are we going to build it? What are we going to do?
Well, also, we're talking about the budget. In that budget, we already figured in, so we don't have to tax the people anymore at this point. We did drop the tax to 50 cents, and I can tell you I was the biggest advocate for that, to drop it early on. And then later on, the other commissioners said, that we can make this work with our with the county budget. So we made that work, and that's where I say we're not going to raise that back up. We've got that down a little bit, and what the people of Iredell County need to understand is when we drop it to 50 cents, a lot of them say, why didn't you drop it to 40 cents? Well, you got big Walmart there, you got the big companies there, so they get to drop it too. So it hurts a lot. But I do want to say one thing. I had one lady call me. She was 85 years old. She lived on the lake, and she was telling me, she said, I didn't move to the lake. The lake moved to me. And she said, and I can't afford my taxes anymore. And we had a long conversation about, she should sell her property for, if she could get mega bucks for it. But she wants to live there till she dies. She's 80-some years old, and I don't blame her. But she was not aware of the 65-year-old program that she could get on and would lower her taxes about 50%. So I got her started on that. The people of our county need to know about that, and we do care. We try to help wherever we can. But the next big project, the high school is the next big project in the school. We did borrow the $40 million, or we're borrowing the $40 million with the $80 that we already did a couple of years ago, and so that's, we're trying to get the interest rate down by combining them together. That's got to be, and this comes from housing. The more houses that we have, and Iredell County and Mooresville was rated number one place in the United States right now to come to. It's when you advertise that, more and more people's coming in there, and we're running out of land there. So the next project's going to be they're coming towards Troutman, and that's. My taxes did go up. I've got 220 acres there that went up unbelievable. But I did have one little piece of property that dropped. I mean, I don't know why, but it dropped a good little bit. But it was a very, very small piece of pie. And everybody saying, well, why come the commissioner's property dropped? Well, I don't get to have anything to do with that. That's the tax office. We the commissioners don't have say on, the valuations and stuff like that. And how to rate taxes. We don't have that pool. We're not Washington. We don't get to do things like we want to. But the next big thing is the school. I mean, it's got to be. And we're not stupid. We know that the middle school and elementary is right behind it. So we're trying to plan for future.
Well, and we don't know if you're borrowing 40. Sounds like we're hoping we can do it for 120 million then. And Rome wasn't built in a day, and I know nobody likes to hear people talk like this, but you build what you got to build to teach. If we have to share a ball field or we have to do something different for the first year or two, then maybe me and Gray, and Gray's not going to be there. Me, Vicky, and whoever gets sit down in the South End, and Mitchell Setzer, maybe we can work to help with the ball field side of this, something or another. But the main thing, build the buildings. Get the kids in, teach them. Let's worry about the education aspect of it. We'll worry about the extracurricular later. We'll figure it out. We'll do something. Like I said, worst case scenario, we got a share field. We'll do something. Get it built. Get it built. It's a rare case that everybody walks into a turnkey mansion anymore. It just is. And I know a lot of people out there say, well, every other county can do it. Why can't we? Well, we can. We can, folks. If you look around, though, Iredell still got probably one of the lower tax rates, almost probably of over 85, 90 counties in the daggum state. So we're trying to make it so people can survive to the next step. And I appreciate what you're doing. I did a lot of the same thing when I was county commissioner. It's stuff you got to do. You got to do. Right. Well, all right, if elected, and this is a little different. This is a little different question, kind of same, but if elected, what is your personal project? Because, hey, I know everybody has something that's kind of near and dear to them. There's things you got to do like a high school, but, maybe that don't really excite you. But what is a personal project that you want to see either get done or fixed? Something out there that needs to be fixed. What's making Scotty Brown tick to get done? What are you looking at?
I'm not a sports person, so I'm not on this parks and stuff. But I know that it's something that has to be done. But my pet project is the fairgrounds. I'm all about agriculture. I am a farmer. I grew up farming. I know it's important that Iredell County is the largest dairy county in the state of North Carolina, and that's not even saying a lot anymore. But we are a diverse county, 50% agriculture, and the people of Iredell County, if we don't teach what we are, you take it away, then we're losing a lot, because we people of Iredell County, we Iredell Countyans, the one that was born and raised here, we know how important farming is. And so I'm big on the fairground, but I can promise you I am not going to put a tax burden. I appreciate what the state's done, what you've done. You've fought hard for us and given us $10 million. That $10 million, and we had 6 already saved. We're up there to $16 million. Is a good start. It's a $50 million project, but we're not going to borrow the money and go in and build it. We're looking at building in phases. We're looking at you guys to get us some more money, but we got lots of projects that we keep looking at you guys, and that's what's important with the commissioners, and sometimes people don't look at the commissioners being important. It starts where we're at.
Oh yeah,
that's the starting hole, and to be able to call you and Vicky and Gray. It's a big thing for us to be able to call y'all, and you guys answer the phones, We tell you what we need, and then sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. But if you don't ask, you don't get it. So we're going to keep asking and asking and asking.
Well, his old saying goes, we don't know what we don't know. So we need people to help us. We need people just like y'all need us to help y'all. We need y'all to help us, tell us what we can do, where we can go. I know we got some money for ball fields, like I said on this last go, to help do the returf. Well, when it comes time for this new school, maybe we can pull that off. There's some things down there that they listen to us about, and there's some things they don't. Water and sewer, they listen. Stuff like maybe helping with the ball fields and stuff, they listen. They think that's, extracurricular. You got to still build your school. We might be able to fund other stuff. So it's kind of weird. There's things we know we can probably get money for and things we can't. Fairgrounds one that we can. So we've been working on that. And I always tell everybody we're doing this like Johnny Cash. We're building it one piece at a time. So it's not easy. But that fairground is going to be more than a fairground. It's going to be an event center, a complex, call it whatever. The name will change because it's going to become a venue that we can have whatever from rodeos to concerts to who knows. It'll be a facility that can do so many different things. And then we have so many things, farmers markets, who knows? Maybe even get one of the regional ones. We brainstormed and we thought of a lot. But it's still got a $50 million plus price tag on what we're trying to do. And I think it actually keeps creeping up every day we talk. It just doesn't get cheaper, y'all. It just doesn't. So it's important that we work together on county, state level and try to bring your tax dollars back. And then y'all spend them wisely. That's all I ever ask of you. What we bring back, spend wisely. So we've done a good job of that. You really have. All right. I know Zootastic is a calling card. What's Scotty Brown doing to get his campaign moving? Are we getting signs out? What are we up to?
Well, I just got back in town yesterday, so we're starting to put out signs today. And, of course, I've been waiting on these storms. Every time I turn around, you talk about these high winds and stuff. It's not a good time to put out signs.
It makes kites. Yeah, it makes for kites instead of signs.
You go back and find them. You got to go back and put them up. So, yeah, I'm starting to put out some signs. Going to do some, somebody told me, a couple of weeks ago, they said, well, are you going to put out any signs? I said, well, sure I am. They said, well, you're pretty well known in the county. I said, well, let me tell you something. I have an airplane, and I don't fly. I don't have a tank of gas. I always fill it up before I go because you never know when you're going to need it, and I don't take things. Have I made some people mad? I'm sure I have. If you're in politics, you're going to make some of your friends mad, and you're going to make a lot of people. Hopefully, you're going to make a lot of people happy, but you're always going to lose a couple. And I try to do the right thing, and let people realize I do work for you. And if you don't want me, all they have to do is not vote for me. That's the thing. That's the beauty of elections. If you don't like the person, just don't vote for them and make sure they go out and you get somebody else and give them a try. But so far, I've said I was going to run one more time. I don't really, I'm going to be getting on up there 67 years old. So
you that old?
That's getting old for me.
That guy, I didn't think you was that much older than me. Well, you look it, but I didn't think you were.
But I'm, I want to enjoy life too. But I do enjoy the politics. I do enjoy the meeting. And I tell you, I get chewed a lot. I'm not kidding you. I had a lady last week call me, and she chewed. One side down the other. And do you know what? Later on in the afternoon, she called me back and she apologized. I said, no, ma'am, I work for you. You don't need to apologize to me. She said, well, maybe I was a little harsh on you. I said, well, maybe you were, but I heard what she said, and I made the phone calls, and I made something happen for her. And, it is who you know. I hate to say that. I grew up saying I'm never going to be like that. It's who you know. But it is. But I had the right telephone number and called the right person. This woman was 80-some years old. And, this is why we do it because, our parents, our grandparents took care of us. It's time for us to take care of them. And I've got grandkids now. I'm looking after them, and then hopefully they're going to look after me. But we don't do this for the money. Heck, I make more money than you do as a individual, as a politician.
I know.
I keep telling you guys, y'all are crazy, but I appreciate you. I really do for what you do, and as much as you're away from home, and you still answer my phone call, and I can tell you, just like the people complain to me, I complain to you, and you listen, and we've had some run-ins, and then we call back, and we're good.
Hold tight. Let's do a prayer because we got to get off. Dear Heavenly Father, dear Lord, I pray for these candidates. I pray for my county. I pray for all of us that are elected. Be with us. Take care of us. Lead and guide us. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Thank you, Scotty. Be good, sir.
Yes, sir.
See ya.
Thanks, sir.
Bye.
You've been listening to North Carolina Representative Jeff McNeely. Join Jeff again next Monday morning at 11:05 for Taking Care of Iredell on News Talk WSIC.
The new.
Yeah, I think we done lost him. I'll text him. Oh, crap. That one went on.
First one of 2024. First live one of 2024.
All right, I've got to be gone the 29th, I think, is a Monday. So we'll figure out. I don't think I'm going to try to record a show. I think I'm just going to do a repeat. Okay. Yeah, it's just hard. Trying to do it like that is kind of weird for me. I like this format and whatever. So I'll probably tell you which one I want to rerun. Might rerun that one that me and Coble did because it's getting near election time and throw it out there where he interviewed me.
Just let me know what you want done, and I will get it done for you.
I appreciate you. So that's all. We're going to go snowmobiling. I may freeze myself to death and not make it back. So who knows?
Better than doing a radio show.
Who knows? In other words, it's more valid to die that way than on the air. You're right.